So this was a
The December 19th, 2024 meeting of the Parks and Recreation Board is now called to order. I will call the roll call to establish our quorum. I am here. Becky Denton. Here. Justin Camp.
here.
And we are expecting Elizabeth, but for right now, it's the three of us. And that is a quorum. I am also taking minutes. The next order of business will be the approval of the November 21st, 2024 minutes. Everyone that's here has had a chance to look over it. All in favor of these minutes, please raise your hand. All opposed. Becky? Now, let's do this one other thing. Let me read into the record the minutes, the message I got from Jeff regarding our action items that we asked last week.
Correct,
yes.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Discuss and take possible action on the report from Parks and Recreation Board to approve schedule of changes to the original POSAC proposal, expenditures to date, and send to Hayes County for final approval. Motion was made by Councilmember Hines to accept the report from Parks and Recreation Board to approve schedule of changes to the original POSAC proposal, expenditures to date, and send to Hayes County for final approval, seconded by Russell Scott. Mayor Pro Tem Grummer motioned to amend, hi Elizabeth, by sending back to the Parks Board and that they work to provide council with what we have asked for, which is new site plans of changes made to the city parks and the triangle using POSAC's funds that clearly represent what has already been done using POSAC money and leaves out any improvements that was funded using other city funds or any future improvements that have not yet been approved or implemented. Seconded by Councilmember Hines, motion failed 0-5. Vote was held by a show of hands.
So that motion fails, so that we're, okay.
Councilmember Hines motion to amend by forming an ad hoc work group consisting of Mayor Jeff Brasco, Mayor Pro Tem Chris Grummert, and Councilmember Russell Scott to update the packet of materials, including update site plans for all three parks that leave out any improvements funded by the city and sent to Hayes County. Seconded by Councilmember Bailey and passed 5-0. Vote was held by a show of hands. Okay, the main motion was amended and passed 5-0. Vote was held by a show of hands. Okay, so the first action item that we asked for the city council to consider was the presentation of all the information that we had given them. And so they're still feeling that that's not adequate. And so they can now come up with their own, their own exhibits. Okay, now the second item, which was our request to order the loose bits and the Augusta Park design. Discuss and take possible action on acceptance of a request from the Parks and Rec Board to approve the list of desired items to complete the Augusta Park design. Motion was made by Councilmember Hines to accept a request from Parks and Recreation Board to approve the list of desired items to complete the Augusta Park design, seconded by Krista Richardson. Councilmember Hines motion to amend by approving only the sign portion of the proposal totaling at $320 from the parks budget. Seconded by Russell Scott. Motion passed 5-0. Vote was held by a show of hands. Main motion was amended and passed 5-0. notes. Russell, Chris, and I have met once on updating site plans and preparing for the county, and made pretty good progress, working on a meeting with Commissioner Shell, or maybe new Commissioner Hammer, and the county attorney. Also, since council does not want to spend POSAC-related money on anything else before we get full approval, there wasn't much support for the second item. One of the main areas of concern is that if there is money to spend, it should go towards ADA compliance, since that was a requirement of the agreement with Bates County. The signs were approved because it was pretty necessary to show our thanks and provide education in Augusta Park. Okay.
Okay, so Augusta Park signs are really the only thing we need to
Uh-huh.
address, I think.
Yes.
The garden, the rainwater collection, well, that's on here.
Well, yes, so that would be
That'll
in
be
there
a separate,
before.
right.
Okay.
The gardens are pretty much set, except for they will require maintenance, and that's been turned over to Claire Palmer.
Oh.
So
Wonderful.
as far as being in charge of it, she will still need volunteer help with
Mhm.
that. Has anyone gone to look at the sign?
Oh, no, at the golf course.
Yeah.
I'm
Maybe
sorry.
not to do that tomorrow, so we know
Yes.
what we're talking about.
Yes.
But, that sign is one that Pat is helping us with, because he
Okay.
has to edit the graphics.
Mhm.
And his price, he says, is $56, which is very inexpensive.
Mhm.
There is a smaller sign that comes from the Native Plant Society that I originally placed in the park, and it got destroyed when they did the tree work.
Okay.
And I think that's $35. So
Okay.
then part of the cost will be installing that rain garden sign.
So Becky, the list of signs that was on our loose parts bids, you can order all of those, right? Is that 320, or is that, then we need to add the 50, or do we need to take something out, so we need to stay
Well,
within the 300?
I think this would all stay within 300, that's the idea. But
Okay,
I really want to know the board's pleasure as far as these other educational signs. I think we need the rain garden sign and the one sign that was destroyed. I would like to see that replaced.
Mhm.
But here are the other ones that I come up with, but this was just me, so if y'all say, we don't need that. They would all go back in the area, the wooded area with the little trail. Seeing that as kind of our little educational focus. So this was one. Pollinator plant.
okay,
Can you all?
uh-huh,
And then Justin helped me word this one. He worded
Okay,
it and then I
karst.
cut it down so it
Yeah.
would fit
yeah,
about the importance of karst and what
Yes.
karst is.
the water, yeah,
Okay. And then this one, the idea of a snag.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't know any of this stuff.
Sure.
I actually just looked it up.
Okay, so
Yes.
it
Yes.
really would be,
Pollinator name.
it would be good, I think.
Oh, I think so too, I didn't know the snag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then this one, and
Okay.
we talked about, some of you didn't like the term loose parts, but that's the term that's used. You can Google loose parts and you get stuff. If we called it something else, it wouldn't be.
so we're not ordering any loose parts, you know that?
So we can't order this until there's no point in ordering this.
That's
until-
right, so that one can go off
Okay.
the list, yeah.
So that really is it. In the long run, I would like to see a large sign on the back of the big sign out there
Mhm.
that would have this information on it.
Yes.
Agreed.
Are we there yet for that, or should we think of doing these?
Can
items?
can you get prices on all of these? Is that something Pat is gonna help you with?
Well,
Or
he
can you
gave
take
you
it
one,
down
he was
to-
only gonna do the big,
A to
Big
Z
one.
or something, can they?
well, I don't know that they do metal signs, I have to
Okay,
check. He
okay.
uses a place called signs.com.
Okay.
And these would be
Is that
a
the one
nine,
just on the way into San Marcos? They're on the left?
signs.com, it's all done online.
Okay.
I have no idea where they're originating.
Okay.
These, a 9x12 is $32 for just a piece of aluminum, applied aluminum with a protective coat.
Yes.
Is it laser printed on there?
I guess it is.
And are you gonna make them colored?
I wasn't going, I mean, would you like it to just be a green, a foresty?
Well, I guess we do want it to stand out in some way, don't we?
Yeah. I just didn't put in for white, but it could be whatever y'all think.
I would like,
A darker color?
yeah.
Like a green
Or maybe a
background.
lighter green background with the black
With black
lettering or
print.
something, or maybe, what do y'all think?
White
White lettering?
We just need to make sure it's.
Maybe the white
enough
lettering
contrast
would
that it
be
shows.
a
White
better.
I don't feel like I would like how white lettering would look, but we do want it to be readable. So
Yes.
I would think on the website, or they'll email you, I don't know how it works, they're probably
It's all on the
mock-up,
website.
or you put in the colors and it kind of shows you.
Yeah.
what's on the
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
If it's aluminum, then they laser printed, it should
It should
be
be
opposite. Black or the aluminum color.
Yeah,
Oh,
and like, and then, you know.
like
And
that,
what about a light green,
A light green sign with a,
black print?
because I think you want it, visible, you want it to be noticed. You want the
Right, so
signage.
the black print would show
But if
up.
it's what he's saying, it would, I mean, I.
It would show up a little bit better.
If it was,
if, when it's laser printed, it's going to be, say you have a green sign,
With aluminum. lettering.
aluminum lettering.
okay, I don't see that, I'll try,
Okay,
Yeah,
cause I don't know that, I would really like somebody to help me with this.
I'd be happy to help. If
okay,
you,
because he may see signs all the time
I-
with his work.
I do actually, and,
Yes.
Yeah,
Want me just to hand this to you?
Well, no, you do the, see, and then just pass.
send me
it on.
those documents if
Yes.
you've got them.
Okay, and signs.com is,
Okay.
I'll do this, I have those documents.
Wonderful.
You can just see me and I'll,
Look at everything.
begin those discussions about what we want on the
Cause
site.
I'm doing it blind.
Sure,
Uh,
I'd also
No.
like to add a couple of signs too, if that's
Okay,
okay.
good, what are you?
So the rainwater collection probably needs a sign, just to describe what that is.
Yes.
As well as the night sky meter probably.
Oh, yes.
So
Ah,
I can come up with text for that,
okay.
and then we can add that if we've got the money to do 2 more signs.
I think we probably do if we're only doing
Mhm.
those, but we can just see what everything costs, do it all and see where we are. Because we can always go back and ask council for, $100 more or something. What about plant signage?
Well, Tatum, the Girl Scout, is doing her own plant signs on her plants. The big sign that Pat is creating is going to identify 6 plants with a picture.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know that we want the little, there are plants on that, there's signs on the little trail already
Okay,
that we ordered a year or so ago.
and they're still there.
They're still there,
Okay.
they're very good quality.
I think more signs are, I think signs are very educational. Wherever I travel, I love to be able to look down and
Yes.
see what a plant is, so, yeah.
Oh, well, it was a snag.
Okay, it was,
That they took
Natural
down, but they didn't,
problem.
there was a sign and they could have cut above the sign,
Okay.
but.
I was like, surely people aren't messing with the sign.
No,
I
this
get
is
it
the,
now.
people cleaned up.
Yes, that makes
The
more
tree
sense.
company. No, it wasn't any vandalism, it was not vandalism, no.
okay, so Becky, you're gonna get all the sign information to Justin, and Justin's gonna add his too, and then y'all can kind of see where you
And
are.
I will go ahead and have Pat do with this, and then there will
Yes.
need to be a reimbursement
Yes,
to Pat.
yes, I guess so,
He will have
or,
to have a receipt.
is he using signs.com too?
Yeah,
Why don't we just wait and do the whole order at once and have the city pay for it?
okay, I'll get him to mock it up
Yes,
and send it
and send
to
it to them,
the city.
so that way they have the information when you're ready to go.
Okay, when
that's-
Justin's ready.
Yeah, when that's a better way to do this.
Okay, I agree, that's.
And
good.
that way they can decide about the tax implications and all that.
Okay, excellent.
Okay, thank you, Becky. All right, Justin, let's hear about the latest on the rainwater stuff.
So Billy Brown, the Eagle Scout, has since installed new rain gutter guards to the gutters,
Oh,
as well as
gosh.
screw those additional screws in and put another coat of the stain on there to blend in for the camouflage. The darker green color, it's looking good, and now it is considered complete. I think by us, and that can be decided, but certainly they believe that they've covered, what they offered up,
Offer.
so, as of now, to them, it's complete.
That's great. Now, anytime I see a Boy Scout, Eagle Scout project, there's always a very nice sign. I don't know if the scouts do that or if the entity does that.
Yeah, I don't think that they do. I've had this conversation with, Billy's dad, Travis, and I think the onus is on us to provide
Okay,
that.
that's nice.
And I think that can go along with when we're making the signs.
Yes.
We'll be sure to get their
Troop
troop
number,
number and all
Yeah,
of that.
all the stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
And thank, I don't know if you thank the entities on that sign.
I think just the scout, wouldn't you, or the scout?
The troop number, I'll see, they probably have a
They
protocol for
know,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, he'll know. Travis will know how it should be.
Yeah.
And you know,
Okay,
y'all,
great.
I thought if we ever want to, we could add, there's all kinds of camo green cloth. If we ever wanted to put some on the inside, just to,
Yeah, Cody and I have had some ideas
Okay.
about, cedar staves.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
just to make it even less visible, if that's, you know, an issue with anybody.
I haven't heard any
Okay,
of
good,
the close neighbors, and
okay.
they appreciate it.
It's taking water. It's
Oh, I
there-
know.
It's there to use,
We
so
probably,
it's probably full.
It's
Yeah.
probably full right now. That's
okay. Thank you, Justin. Okay, now, let's move on. Oh, gosh, I think I was supposed to time when we started this workshop. and
We
just
started
say-
it when we started the meeting,
We'll
about
just
2 minutes
say,
after. Yeah, I agree. That's fine.
now, let's go to the Freeland Turk ADA report. I know y'all got to read that. Had fascinating ideas, made notes.
I looked at it, yes.
But
I mean, I think we have to do the minimum requirement.
that's what I, yeah.
Yes, now I have contacted the Moby Mat people. And I have passed that information on to Jim, because they have a product that would solve so many of these issues. It is like a 3 foot wide, it's not wood, it's like a rollout mat that then you secure with metal sticks into the ground. But it is wide enough for anybody with a wheelchair and a couple of people to walk on. And, you know, you can order it in 30 feet, you can order it in 100 feet, and it's just more
It's just
expensive.
an easy solution.
It is, and
For what now?
any place that,
But you just wanna walk a path?
a path,
Okay.
There's like, not wheelchair.
yes, accessible.
things and-
Now, I do feel, that we're probably gonna need to put some crushed granite down on 2 of the parking lots, just to make it a little bit smoother. And of course, there will be signage that has to be, unfortunately, that, you know, handicap parking, which will have to be positioned in a way that's according to the rules. And, at the, triangle, my only thought was maybe just to mark some of the areas around the edge of the triangle for parallel parking there. And,
Just with a,
just with nothing, you know, just like park here or something like that. But, they first have to put in a ramp and a path.
and has that been purchased or?
No, nothing is happening because we're still working on their submission to the county.
Okay, but they're taking on.
Yes, they're gonna take that on. They do want either the table inside the gazebo, we could remove the table, and that would remove the ADA compliance, or we can order one, but that's up to who's ever in charge of that project. I don't know what that costs, but it's fairly large, you know, but, let's see, what else? Parking at the creek side. Add the crushed granite, I think, add ADA signage. They are saying that the one ADA compliant table there is not accessible, but I think if maybe someone just picked it up and turned it more, it would be more accessible to the grassy area.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, it's some simple, something
It is
like
an
that.
ADA table.
I wanted to move the trash can next to the ADA table, not over in the corner. And there is no requirement that we have a plumbed bathroom. There is no requirement for that. There are too many parks all across America that do not. And so I think, but that's up to this council to decide how much money they want to spend on that, you know. There's one of the swings that needs to be lowered about 2 inches. And I can tell you that when Cody contracted with this company guaranteed that that wood particle is ADA compliant. So we can ask for a letter from them if that's what they need to have in their file. But I think that it's the access pathways and the ADA signage is really, I think, the main focus for right now. And so they can, turn that over to whoever they want to.
I'm sorry, have you mentioned parking yet?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I know we've got to have the ADA, handicap parking signage at each place. It's just that it will take up almost the whole parking.
Take almost.
So, but that
I was
is,
just surprised the rules weren't different for that when there's no.
well,
Cause now you're gonna have a problem where other people park. but,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. So that would be up to council to decide. But those are the things that I noticed. You know, I still have a complete issue with this requirement about the access into the Creekside Playground, but it is a children's playground, so any child, even in a wheelchair, will be accompanied by an adult. It's not like a child will be going there on their own. So I don't think that the full release is really, could be an issue for us, but they can decide that, you know, because if you have a kick plate, the little children will learn exactly how to kick them and open the
Yes,
gate.
mine will get the gate open.
Oh, yes, any smart child will, and they would think that is like the greatest thing in the world. Okay. Oh, luminaries. Okay, now, I have all the materials in my garage. Do we, have some volunteers that would like to take this project on?
Describe the project for us. I mean, I know generally, but just one more time.
Well, the main thing is getting the sand in a form that, so the project will be determining how many we're gonna do, just the front entry, probably just along the street, and just around the triangle. So, we would need to determine how many luminaries we need, and then we will need to get enough sand to fill the bags. And we can set that up well before the Christmas Eve, but on Christmas Eve, someone has to light them. Yes.
I just personally have most of my time taken up with family
grandchildren.
events or cooking for family events or something of that
That,
sort.
that is okay, that's what we have to discuss. I can let Jeff know that if this project is to go forward, we're gonna have to have more volunteers. Because, I know you can't work right now. I'm just happy that you showed up tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, so we will get with Jeff on that one. Now the pad is on the.
That's right, I think it was the behind that. It's pretty.
It is pretty.
Oh, it is.
It's pretty. I take some over to my daughter's house.
I make
Well,
myself
pretty
the
amazing.
same to do that.
Of course, Corbin is a little boy, he loves to light candles, and that's
Of course.
I think we've got our first volunteer then.
over at his house. Okay, now, the other announcement is that, y'all know this. New reimbursement form must be filled out and a receipt attached for reimbursement. Form can be emailed to city.clerk@woodcreek.gov or turned in at City Hall. Okay, so, I think we've got all the, spectacular receipts in. And so I will get with Taffy and we'll make a list of all of our expenses for this last one, so we'll have that updated. But so, and that's very normal.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
not
how it
anything
should be,
unusual.
probably, yeah.
Okay. Last but not least, words from me. At the end of this month, I will have served 3 years on the park board. And I have completely enjoyed it. I have enjoyed getting to know more people, working with the mayors, the city council, some of our former board members. And I'm very proud of the job that we have done. And so I feel that it's time for me to step aside and let someone else join the board that would like to be involved with this. Now, I know there is still a rumor that the Parks and the Tree Board may be combining, which would be delightful. But I think the parks are now at a point we need to start having activities and things like that, which I think would be terrific fun for the community. Fun runs and bike rides and, scavenger hunts and some things like that that will involve the children. But, so I just want y'all to know how much I have enjoyed. Yes.
Very good.
Yes. Yes, and so, I will be available to answer any questions that anybody has about anything that we've done in the past, or any ideas that we can help with. Okay. I think our meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Meeting adjourned.
Thank you for all your work down here.
Jeff is available.